What's up? Welcome back to another video. We are on the Trailblazer Leagues here. I mentioned in the last video I was going to make a Trailblazer League video, and I wasn't lying. Here it is. I'm just going to show some clips of me going through it, going to show my progress, and we'll talk about, a few things in this video. Talk about the relics I chose, my goals for Trailblazer Leagues. I mentioned that the reason I'm playing Trailblazer Leagues is really just to get the graceful recolor on my Ultimate Iron Man account. I'm playing it on that account. But yeah, I started playing it and it was a lot of fun. So I got pretty invested into it. I've been playing it a lot. I got pretty far, but I started kind of late. I started, I think, like 4 days after it was released. So I'm a bit behind compared to some other people, but I'm just playing it for fun. I'm probably not going for Dragon Tier. I mean, we'll see. I was thinking about maybe doing it because I was having a lot of fun, but then I started to get kind of burnt out. So it's only been a week, so I don't know. I just want to get to a point where I, achieve my goals, which we'll talk about later on. But anyway, let's get into the video. And this is a song called Cutting It Close by DJ Freedom. If you saw my last video, if you didn't see, this is my third video, so if you didn't see my first and second videos, I'd recommend you go watch those. It's on my UIM, it's not on Trailblazer Leagues, but my second video was a bit better than the first one, so watch that one. But yeah, I mean, I think that video, if you saw that, that's kind of the style of videos that I want to be making. So I'm not going to be going through every single thing I do here in the Trailblazer Leagues. I'm not going to go through every achievement and show every level and every task that I do. I'm just going to show the clips and I'm going to talk over them, and we'll talk about whatever we want to talk about in this video. So that's how it's going to go. But anyway, what's up? It's the weekend, and it's a great weekend. It's a great weekend. I love me a good weekend. And else out there like a good weekend. Yeah. And it's been a week since my last video. I thought I'd have it up a little bit sooner, but you know how it goes. I took a little break from that caffeine, that sneaky little drug, and I broke the streak today. I had a little bit of a Mountain Dew, and whew, I got that fucking rock hard. I am rock hard right now from that little bit of hit of caffeine. And not my penis, my brain, my mental. I have a mental erection. That is, yeah, I don't think it's healthy, and that's why I'm trying to cut. I'm trying to cut it out of my life, except for those little spurts of times when you really need it. But yeah, man, when you're relying on that caffeine for your daily dose, I don't think it's good. So I'm trying to get that out of my life. But yeah, it's been a week since my last video. I think I'm gonna try to do these about once a week. I think that's a good little schedule for me. And that's about it. What else was going on? I mean, we had Halloween happen, and I mentioned I didn't like Halloween, but actually, I think I do like Halloween. I like seeing Halloween. I like seeing other people dress up. I just don't like participating in it. I don't like dressing up, but I like to see other people dressed up. I like to judge people's costumes and see crazy costumes. Anyone seen any crazy costumes this year? Dude, I saw the trashiest costume ever. Dude, it was awful. I could not believe my eyes. I saw this dude in full blackface, fucking dressed up as George Floyd. I was in shock. I could not believe my eyes. That's so fucking trashy. and his buddy, his friend, was dressed up as a cop. And whenever someone would ask who they are, he'd fucking get on the ground and take a knee to the neck. I mean, Jesus, it's so trashy. But, I mean, that's how we do it down here in Tejas, I guess. Yeehaw, motherfucker. And shit, I mean, y'all thought we were turning blue. We had y'all tricked for a quick second, but hell yeah, baby, red all the way. Till the day we die. Till the day we secede. We'll be voting that red. And speaking of the election, I mean, shit, what is going on there? I mean, it's just crazy. It feels so weird. It feels like everyone's freaking out. No one knows what's going on. It's something else. It's like we're in this weird fucked up episode of Black Mirror. Like we're just stuck in this time period of they're still counting the votes. No one knows what's going on. We're stuck in this like time space continuum where like the world is burning and there's this huge decision for, you know, what to do, who's going to take charge. And then like every day we wake up and it's just the same. They're still counting. They're still in this vote, and it's never going to stop. It's what everyone's talking about. Everyone, everywhere you go, every day, they're all talking about this big decision, this big judgment. There's fraud going on, and that's all you see on TV, and it's just nonstop. I mean, it could be 2-3 years from now, they could still be counting the votes. Nevada could still be getting the votes 2-3 years. And it's just weird. It just feels like a weird episode of Black Mirror that we're in. But I mean, eventually, I know it'll get there. We'll get there. Might take a little longer, but yeah, that's just the world we're living in right now. And it's so, I don't know, it's so fucked up. It's like everyone is just arguing with each other, and I don't like it. It's kind of toxic. It's all because this, you know, this two-party system we have is just showing itself to be so trash. It really just doesn't work. It doesn't even make sense. I mean, I'm seeing you see people saying stuff like, you know, I can't even understand how someone would vote for the other side. I can't believe like people are supporting him, this guy, on both sides. And I think the thing like you know, people don't understand is that some people don't really have like, most people that are voting don't have like a logical reason and like, you know, a line of reasoning behind why they're picking who they're picking. It's all just, you know, it's all based on feeling. It's based on culture. It's based on, you know, this identity that someone has. And it's not based on any, you know, policies or anything specific. They're just voting for the side they want to be on. It's like one side versus the other. It's just one side versus the other. That's it. You just pick the side you want to be on based on, you know, who's on that side, who you kind of align yourself with, what kind of identity you are. And, you know, people are like, oh, I can't believe that someone would support this guy because, you know, he's X, Y, and Z, and his policies don't make sense. You're gonna get taxed more. I mean, people don't like invest much thought into it. It's an emotional thing. It's an emotional response, and it's all because of this two-party system. And I mean, I'm not politically educated. I don't know what I'm talking about here, so I could be completely wrong on this, but I just feel like it's so outdated, and we kind of need to move on. I mean, we're voting for people to make decisions for us over, you know, thousands of different policies. Like, we're voting in people based on, like, you know, many different policies, but there's only two people to choose from. and we're choosing one person to make all our decisions for us on many different areas of life. And it just doesn't make sense. I feel like it'd make more sense to, if we could vote on specific issues and vote people for specific issues, not as a leader as a whole. And I don't know. I don't really know what I'm talking about. I don't want to get into that too much, but it's just crazy. It's everywhere you see, man. It's everywhere you go. That's all you can see. That's all you can talk about. I didn't want to really get into it, but it's been on my mind, so I wanted to talk about it. And it's, it's all everyone's talking about. I mean, shit, I was on Tinder. I've been on Tinder trying to find me a decent woman and a decent date at least. And I went on this date with this girl, and she was talking about how the election is rigged. There's fraud going on. I mean, damn, like on a first date, we're talking. I mean, that's where we're at. And I mean, shit. I'll be honest. I cheated. Like if you want to talk about fraud going on, I mean, hell, I cheated. Like some of those questions, I didn't know half the names on there. I took a little peek on my neighbors, see what they were putting in there. I mean, if you want to talk about fraud, I thought that, that's what we were doing. But damn, I mean, this girl, she was just going on, and it was a little bit too much for me. But she has some big ass titties though. She has some big titties. I mean, fuck, dude. They could have been U.S. citizens. They're so big. They could have been registered to vote. I mean, shit, she could have gotten 2 extra votes for Trump, and he could have won. He could have won off them titties. Jesus. Oh, man. But yeah, that's what Tinder is. I mean, there's not a lot of decent women on Tinder. I saw this one girl on there. She said she would do anything for Bam Margera. Like, of all the people, Bam Margera, that's the guy you pick. You take a bullet for Bam Margera, the dude from Jackass. That's the guy you're going all in for. You got one life and you're going to spend it on fucking Bam Margera. I mean, he's had his chance. He's lived his life. You're going to take a bullet for that guy? Damn. I mean, I'll take a bullet, but not for Bam Margera. Does anyone know who he is anymore? I mean, damn. He had his life. He had his thing. He had the Jackass. He had a skateboard. He lived a good life. You don't need to take a bullet for Bam Margera. But some of these women, man, I think she said, in her profile, everyone puts what astrology symbol they are. She was a Taurus, and I don't know what that is, but if the rest of her, profile was information on what a Taurus is, I don't think I'm into Tauruses. I'll just say it. I'll say it now. So, yeah, it's kind of rough. But anyway. Let's see, what else is going on, man? What else is going on? Did y'all see Lil Pump was out at the Trump rally? He came out, that's a bad look. That's a bad look right there. I mean, how fucking low do you have to stoop as a rapper to come up to a Trump rally on election day? You really think those are the people listening to your music? I mean, damn it. And Lil Pump, like, that's who you could get. Like, I'm not coming out for Lil Pump, I'll tell you that. I can't be seen with Lil Pump. I mean, you get Snoop Dogg out there. I'll be out there protesting right now. Count the vote. If you got Snoop Dogg out there, I'll be with Snoop Dogg. I'll be where he is. If he's watching the polls, I'll be watching the polls with him. But Lil Pump, come on, man. It's not enough. It's not enough. But anyway, as far as RuneScape goes, I mean, I mentioned I'm not really trying to go for maximum points. I'm not trying to win the whole Trailblazer leagues. I'm just trying to go for. I'm basically just trying to go for like a max setup with all the relics done, all the areas unlocked, and I want to get like a max range setup with full armadillo, an anguish necklace, Pegasian boots, archer's ring imbued, armadillo crossbow, pretty much max range gear because I got that range relic, and the areas, I guess we'll just get into it. The areas that I'm unlocking or have unlocked already, I've unlocked 2 areas by the end of this video. It's I picked Kandarin as the first area. There's a lot of good tasks in there. Got a lot of good content for early game Kandarin. Plus, it gives you, I think that gives you access to Cerberus as far as like late game items. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Maybe it's I think it is Cerberus, but I think also demonic gorillas for Zenai jewelry, and I definitely want to get those. And then my second area I went and picked Asgarnia because it gives you a bunch of stuff. Gives you Dragon Defender, even though I'm not going for melee, I'm still gonna get a melee setup. Gives you basically all of Falador, all of that stuff. There's a lot of good stuff in Asgarnia. Oh, it gives you Godwars Dungeon. That's the main thing. I want to get that full armadillo. I want to get that armadillo crossbow. I want to get full bandos, some god swords going. And then my last area that I'm going to unlock, haven't unlocked it yet, but I'm going to go for Fremennik because I want to kill Vorkath. I want to get that Vorkath's head for that assembler, get that range bonus, and I want to get that archer's ring for that extra range. I'm trying to go for basically like a max range setup. I was thinking I was going to get like a full elite void, but apparently you can't do the Western Provinces diary. You can't do the hard Western Provinces diary unless you have the elf area unlocked, which is kind of dumb, but and I don't think that regular void would be worth it over like full armadillo, just because it has such low defense, and the accuracy compared to armadillo probably is even less, even though you get like the 10% damage from void. I think having just armadillo would be better. So I'm gonna go for basically full armadillo, anguish necklace, Pegasian boots, the assembler, I was assembler, armadillo crossbow, maybe the Dragonfire Ward, or just maybe armadillo book, or something for the shield slot, and archer's ring. That's pretty much what I'm gonna go for. I'm gonna go for that, do some bossing, maybe try to get some bossing pets, and that's gonna be pretty much my leagues. I'm not really gonna go into it much more than that. I'm already kind of like burnt out a bit on it. I played way too much. I was way too into it at first. Had to take a little bit of a break after this whole video was done recording. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's pretty cool. But I kind of wish that I was just doing this on my UIM on my main account, because there's a lot of content that I'm going to be doing. But I think that's another reason that I'm doing this, is so I can practice some of these bosses that I've never done before, like Vorkath, and I've never really tri-Brited Dagonet Kings. I've never done God Wars, except for back in the days when I was doing like private servers and that kind of shit. But it'll be good practice for my UIM, and also give me that graceful recolor, because I didn't want to spend the marks of grace on graceful recolor. So that's really what I'm going for in this league, and just going for fun, and I want to see that max range setup, because I'm going for that. I'm going for the range relic, so double speed plus the special attack relic. And I want to get a ballista, heavy ballista, and maybe a dark bow. And that's going to be 6, and all those dark bow specs and heavy ballista on 3 tick. That's going to be insane. I just want to see it. I just want to see it happen and play with it. So that's what I'm going for. As far as relics go, my first relic that I chose was the Skilling Prodigy. That relic is just so good. It boosts all your skills permanently by 12. And that just, if you're not going for like max or max efficiency, max points on the leagues, it's so good. It's so good. Way better than other ones if unless you're going for like really hard on leagues. And then for tier 2, everyone's picking last recall. It's like the OP broken one, and I agree. But unfortunately, I did not go that. I went Eternal Jeweler. I got that jewelry, and to be honest, I kind of regret it. I was thinking that, last recall would be good, but Eternal Jeweler will be much better for like early game and just for getting around. But it turns out it doesn't give you that many useful teleports. There's only a few that were like really useful, and I did get pretty good use out of it. I don't feel too bad about it, but I thought last recall would be only used in like some niche scenarios, but it turns out you can use it for literally everything. But it's alright, it's not a big deal. The only real problem that not having last recall is training rune crafting, but I already got my rune crafting up. Don't really need to train it. And it's also good for God Wars, but they patched God Wars where you can't just teleport right back into the room, and everyone gets kill count now, so it's not even that insane. It's not that big of a deal to not have it, and I have gotten pretty good use out of the Eternal Jeweler, but I thought you would get like more jewelry from it. I didn't read it all the way through. I thought you'd get like a glory and combat bracelet and a bunch of teleports, but you only get a few that aren't even that good. And you also just have access to a bunch of teleports pretty quick getting into the league. So anyway, that was my choice for tier 2. Not a bit of a regret, but not a big deal. For tier 3, I went with the quick shot for the ranged. Obviously, want to get that armadillo crossbow. Want to get that heavy ballista. Want to get that dark bow. All with dragon ammunition. That's gonna be sick. And tier 4, I went with Treasure Seekers. Between Treasure Seeker and Unnatural Selection, which is the Slayer assignment one. Treasure Seeker's Clue Scroll one. And I didn't think that Unnatural Selection would be really that useful. I mean, yeah, it's nice you can pick your Slayer assignment, but as far as training Slayer, you can get good XP tasks, but I'm not going to have access to a Black Mask or a Slayer Helm, so I felt like whatever tax you get, you could train Slayer fast enough on them anyway. It's not a huge deal, and I'm not going to go for 99 Slayer or anything. And Treasure Seeker for the Clue Scrolls, there's so many Clue Scroll tasks. There's like, I try to count them up, there's like over 6,000 points in Clue Scroll tasks that are pretty much impossible to do without Treasure Seeker. Maybe not impossible, but Treasure Seeker makes it so easy. I mean, you can get so many easy clues an hour just pickpocketing ham members, and then you can get beginner clues if you go to chickens. I mean, they'll drop clues at 1 in 20. So if you go to chickens, if you get a cannon, you set up a chickens, you can kill so many of those. And if you get, you need to do about like what I think the highest cap for how many clues you need to do for beginner clues is like 600 for all the tasks. I feel like you could do that in a day. I thought about the time it would take, and I think it would take about a day to do all the beginner clues. It'd take like a day to do all the easy clues, and that's a lot of tasks. And medium might take a little longer, and hards are pretty difficult because you've got a lot of wilderness steps, but I thought it'd be fun to do Treasure Seeker. I kind of wanted to get an Armadillo book, and so that's what I went for there. And then for tier 5, I went with Botanist. The one lets your herbs grow faster, and it helps with herb lore. Basically, you don't use as many secondary ingredients, and your stats stay boosted above, which is really good. And again, I wasn't going for max stats or anything. And the other two options were basically just for getting more experience, making it easier to max basically. So I went with that. And tier 6, I haven't unlocked that yet in this video. I'll probably unlock it in the next video, but I think I'm going to go for Weapon Specialist. It's pretty much between Draining Strikes and Weapon Specialist. Draining Strikes would be really nice to stay extended trips at like DKs and God Wars, but especially since I don't have last recall, but Weapon Specialist would just be the most fun. If I'm going to get a Dark Bow and spec like 6 times in a row, that's going to be sick. So that's my plans there. Yeah, basically my plans are basically to kill Vorcat, kill DKs, kill God Wars dungeons, get all the drops from those, get Zenite jewelry, kill Cerberus, get Pegasians, and do all that. And I don't know how long we'll last. Maybe we won't get there, maybe we will. I'm kind of itching to get back to my UIM, but we'll see. That's about where we are. And yeah, that's I think that covers all the relics, all the areas. If there's anything y'all want me to discuss or talk about, then you can leave me a comment. I'll talk about what I did. I went for like training a wood cutting and fletching route because I thought it would make me a lot of money, but it turned out to not be that efficient. Like, you don't make that much money cutting U's and turning them into U longbows, especially when you can level up skills so fast. But that's what I went for, and it was alright. But if you have any other questions on like what I did, how I got up to where I am, I mean, you can see all the clips I went through. I pretty much included everything I did in this video, all the major things, so you can watch that. You can watch it through and look at that, or you can ask me about it. And that's one kind of question I had is, I don't know if people are really like clicking on RuneScape videos to watch this kind of content, because I spent a while talking about a bunch of stuff like not RuneScape related, and I don't know how many people really want to see that, but it's what I want to do, and it's the kind of videos that I wanted to make, and I'm not sure if people are into it. So if you watch this, if you like it, let me know. If you don't like it, let me know as well, so I can kind of see what people are wanting. And all right, well, that's gonna do it for this video. Thanks for watching. We got one more area to unlock and one more relic to unlock, and we're looking pretty fly here in our Black D'hide and Power Amulet and Magic Short Bow and whatever this thing is we got in our head. And next one should be out next week, so I'll get into more stuff in that video. This one I didn't want to show like each individual clip and talk about every individual achievement and task, because I feel like that's just not interesting, because there's so many other videos out there and so many other people that are showing it, and I just wanted to have that going on while I talked about other stuff. So I hope you enjoyed. Let me know what you think, and have a good one.